Welcome to my channel. We bring you the latest news about food, health, and the amazing science that connects us all. Let's dive right in. So let's start with the real deal. What is freeze drying and how does it work? Well, imagine this. You've got some delicious strawberries and you want to keep their fresh taste and texture without any weird preservatives or chemicals. How do you do it? Easy. Freeze drying. This special process keeps the yummy stuff in your food while taking out the water. But here's the catch. It's a bit complicated. First, you freeze the food so the water turns into ice cubes. Then you put it in a fancy machine called a freeze dryer. This machine sucks out the air and lowers the pressure. Next, the ice starts turning directly into vapor and leaves behind a dry, lightweight block of food. This is freeze drying in a nutshell. But what makes this process so awesome? Well, it's all about saving lives. Back in the early 1960s, freeze drying became super important when humans started exploring space. Astronauts needed food that could last a long time without getting bad. And freeze drying was the answer. Foods made this way stay fresh for years. They weigh less and take up less space. Plus, they're easy to cook and taste great. This process is a game changer for anyone looking for long-lasting, nutritious food. But that's not all. Freeze drying has a bunch of other benefits too. Take this lyophilized banana powder, for example. When mixed with water, it magically brings back the original taste and texture of the banana. That's because freeze drying keeps the nutrients, flavors, and even the cell structure of the food intact. And get this, it can handle even trickier foods like ice cream. Just take a look at this side-by-side comparison of regular ice cream and freeze-dried ice cream. See that? The freeze-dried version looks like a sandy material, but add some water and voila! You have creamy ice cream once again. Freeze-drying is so cool it can even help us explore far-flung galaxies. NASA is looking into putting freeze-dried food in space rockets so they can last for decades. Imagine astronauts munching on freeze-dried snacks from the future. Isn't that exciting? So who's behind this incredible tech? Meet Stephen Twining, the genius inventor who came up with the idea of freeze-drying food back in the 1930s. At first, his process was used for preserving plasma for medical treatments. But soon he realized it could be used for keeping food fresh, too. After some more work, freeze drying was born. Fun fact, it's also known as lyophilization, which sounds fancy but basically means taking the moisture out of food. In 1953, Twyman and a few buddies founded a company to make freeze dryers. He named it the Twyman Lyophilizer Company, but later it became part of a bigger company called the Nielsen Lithophane Corporation. Now, more and more people are discovering freeze drying and using it to save money and keep food safe. Let's talk about the cost of this amazing tech. Well, there are two main types of freeze dryers, home and commercial. Home models range from around $1,200 to $4,500. Commercial ones can go up to $15,000 or more. Yikes, that's a lot of money. But hold on, there's a way to save big. Instead of buying an expensive freeze dryer, you can take your food to a place that already has one. Some places charge by the pound of food, around $1 to $5 per pound. Others might charge a flat fee plus the cost of the packaging. It's important to note that this isn't cheap, but it's still cheaper than owning a freeze dryer. Now let's chat about the prices of freeze-dried goodies. These unique snacks are pretty pricey compared to regular ones. For example, freeze-dried fruit and vegetables can cost around 100% more than their fresh counterparts. Freeze-dried meat, well, that's even pricier at around 300 to 400% more. And don't forget the packaging. It adds another 50 to 100 to the overall cost. To sum it up, freeze-dried stuff is a bit of a luxury item. It's tasty and convenient, but it's not exactly cheap. Now, let's explore how freeze-drying is impacting the big players in the food industry. Before freeze-drying hit the scene, food makers had to rely on methods like canning, dehydrating, and chemical preservatives to keep their products lasting longer. But these methods had some drawbacks. Canning required heat, which could change the food's taste and texture. Dehydration made foods tough and chewy. Chemical preservatives, well, some people just don't like the idea of those in their food. But freeze drying changed everything. Big food companies are jumping on the trend and offering a wider variety of freeze-dried options for consumers. This is opening up a whole new world of possibilities for both customers and businesses. And the results? Well, they're pretty exciting. Freeze-dried foods can last up to 30 years without spoiling. That means no more throwing away old food. Plus, they take up less space and are easier to transport. This is a win-win for everyone involved. But it's not just about convenience and savings. Freeze-drying is also changing how food tastes and looks. By removing most of the water, it creates a crunchy, lightweight texture that's totally different from the original food. It's like turning strawberries into fluffy clouds of sweet flavor. And the vibrant colors of freeze-dried fruits and veggies are seriously eye-catching. No wonder people are going crazy over these trendy snacks on social media. Overall, freeze-drying is shaking things up in the food industry. It's making food last longer, saving money, and giving us fun new ways to enjoy our favorite treats. Who knows what amazing innovations we'll see in the future of food? If you're a business owner looking to hop on the freeze-drying bandwagon, here are some tips to help you get started. First, do your research. Check out the competition and see what's already out there. Candies, fruits, and ice cream are popular choices. So try to stand out with something unique. Second, invest in quality equipment. A good freeze dryer is essential for creating top-notch freeze-dried treats. Don't skimp on this because it will affect your final product. Third, source your ingredients carefully. Use fresh, high-quality ingredients for the best results. Consider partnering with local farms or suppliers for a unique selling point. Fourth, price it right. Research your competitors' pricing and factor in your costs to determine a fair price. Remember, you want to make a profit, but also stay competitive. Fifth, market your business. Create a strong brand and market it to the right audience. Social media is a great way to get the word out about your amazing freeze-dried goodies. Finally, provide excellent customer service. Happy customers are the key to building a successful business. So treat your customers well, and they'll keep coming back for more. Starting a freeze-dried food business can be a fun and rewarding journey. With a little planning and effort, you can create a thriving business that brings joy to your customers one crunchy bite at a time. And that's a wrap, folks. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And if you'd like to continue exploring the fascinating world of food innovation, we've got the perfect video for you. Click here to watch how AI is transforming the restaurant industry and get ready to be amazed. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next episode.